we just created another post request to get the authentication data, right? So this was the resource, and based on that resource we are getting this type of response, which is as a string format. Now if we go to Postman, here we see for put request we need this type of data, we need exactly this data, the cookie value, right? So now we need to format whatever we get, that data, right? So here if we jump the id, we need to format this thing so that it will be exactly on that string. So now let's do one thing. Let's try to extract the value of this token, right? This is JSON data, right? So we just need to find the path of this value. So to do this thing we can use JSON path again. I'm going to type JSON path, and I'm going to JSON path, for example JSON path. This is a variable name, and then we can use, we can create the object new JSON path, and here we just need to add the string value or object, whatever you can say, JSON. So this is the object basically, this one, right? So auth response, so this is the auth response, we are initializing this. So we just mention here auth response over here. So auth response, okay. Now we are getting on response, on error. So the main reason is I already, this means duplicate local variable JSON path. So basically previously we created another JSON path, that's why it is complaining. So let's make it JSON path for 1, for example. I just made it JSON path 1, and now it is fine. Now the error is gone. Now if we try to extract this value, we just need to call this path variable, then we can do this thing. So similar way, previously we did like this way, like JSON path dot get string, right? Like this way we have to do the same way. So now we have to mention like JSON path. So JSON path 1, then dot get string. So this is the get string, and inside it we have to mention the name of the path. So here from the Postman, if we go to authentication token, this is called token. So I'm going to copy this thing, and then I'm going to paste it over here, and then it will be looking like this. And the exact output for this case we will get only this value. Okay, so if we try to print this thing, for example string, not string, system, here if we try to print this thing, so this is a string, right? So we can mention, we can define another thing, string string cookie equal like this, and if we try to print it, cookie like this. So cookie I use because inside this thing, this header, like for this put we'll use this cookie variable. So basically that's why I use this name cookie. So here the cookie is coming like this. So right now if we try to print this thing, it will only give us this token value only, not the whole string. Let me run it first, and then we can understand it properly basically. So see here, so we are getting only this cookie value, and cookie value is only this, but it's not giving me the exact token value, exact cookie value basically, right? So if we check the if we check carefully in the API for like update cookie, we need this type of format data, right? Cookie colon and then this value, right? We need to format it like this way. So basically we need to format it so that we can use it very nicely. So here we need to add a value like token like this, right? In the Postman we saw that, right? From here, so this is the format we need. So basically we need to add this value, right? Token, and then this part. So I'm going to copy from here, and then I'm going to jump to the editor, and then I'm going to add that string. So in Java we can add a string like this way. So it should, at the beginning it should be token, and then this value equal this one, and then we'll get the exactly required value for that cookie. So if I run it now, we'll see exactly our desired expectation. So see here, it is coming exactly same, token equal to this one. So previously you saw like cookie, this is the cookie value, token equal to this one. So this formatted data is coming. Even the Postman, if we check, this formatted data is coming, right? The value should not be exact. This you cannot compare this value. You have to compare the format, because this value is dynamically creating. So whenever we are creating this token request, at that time this value is changing. Check carefully. So right now this is 7D, right? At the end, if you try to send it again, you see, then 4D. Again, if you click here, it is giving me another value. So this value is dynamic, it is keep changing. Okay, so but the format, it will be the same. And if we try to run it again, we'll see the same format, right? So this is the value of the cookie. Okay, so you can mention it very nicely. Cookie value, cookie formatted value, and this is the cookie value. Okay, so we are almost done to start our updating of this data. So here we see this cookie format data. So basically we have both of the things, booking ID and cookie formatted value. Okay, we have both of the data. Now we can actually update the data. But before going to do this thing, let me do one thing. We can also like clean this code a little bit, because inside the body tag, inside the body we actually pasted the whole string. So I'm going to create another simple string which will give me this type of out like this type of clean code we can use, like payload data. Like this way we can also modify this part. So let's do that thing. So I'm going to jump the payload part. So previously it was for put request, so I'm going to add another method similar like that. So public static, it should be static, so that we don't need to create the object. Static, then we can mention like string like payload data auth. So this is the payload data for authentication, right? So I'm going to create the method, and inside this I'm going to return that string. The string we can copy directly from Postman. So this is the create token, and this is the body part. I'm going to copy this thing and I'm going to put it over here, and at the end we just need to put a semicolon. Okay, so payload data for authentication, this is payload data auth, and we can change this name payload data put, for example, a post, so that it will be, or it's fine, let it be like that. Okay, anyway, so payload data and payload data auth. Now jump to this API testing, and here instead of writing the entire body part, we are going to replace those with the value for that string. So it's inside the payload method class, right? So we have to type payload. So payload, this is the class, and the method name is payload data auth. So this is the method. If we click here, it will be inserted like this way. Now we can save it, and I'm going to go to the next line so that it is easy to understand. So like this way. So this is the given block, this header, body, and this is the post. We can also like make a little bit arrangement like this way, so that it is easy to understand. So now we formatted this thing, and we formatted this cookie part also. Let's try to run it and check whether it is working properly or not. And after running, it's working fine. Okay, so this is the cookie we are getting, and this is the booking ID we already got. Now in the next chapter, I mean next video, we'll see how to update this data.